Got to bring up the right one. It's down below. Oh, we're live.
We're live.
Okay, now we need to know if we go. You know what? You can turn microphone on here.
Where?
Hello, can you hear us?
Hello, hello.
The question is, can you hear us?
I don't know.
We got sound. Yeah, we got sound here, but not
Oh yeah,
there.
I can hear it.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, we're live.
We're live. We made it. But this is really not the broadcast we were planning today. We actually are having some technical difficulties. But we're gonna wing it and see how it goes.
And all this fancy gear we have here and everything else, Mike's not even using that mic, and so it's kind of interesting in trying to figure it out. I guess I could put that out of the way so people don't have to look at the thing hanging down.
No, it's fine. Leave it.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. So, wow, this has been interesting. We tried to get it to work, but for some reason from our studio, we can't stream to Amazon today. I think they made a change in their app this morning. I don't know if it had to do with it, but
anyway. I'm Valerie. And this is Mark.
And we're at my home.
And we're at my home. So thank you for joining us today. We had intended to talk about indoor cameras, and we can still talk about indoor cameras for a little bit, but we can't really show you their apps and things like that. So we're gonna just go ahead and see how it goes. But before we get started, thank you so much for joining. And if you haven't watched us before, we're at my home. We do technology reviews for the home and garden and smart home and stuff like that. Yep. Mark is the engineer and I'm the human.
That means that you can understand what she's talking about, and with me, you got to have a degree in some crazy smart home technology or
anyway,
something.
But so we do a lot of videos here on Amazon, smart home tech products, and we just started doing Amazon Live. This is our third week.
The third week, but the first week where we couldn't use our studio.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully this doesn't happen a lot. But our intention today is to talk about indoor cameras. If you haven't already, you're just joining us, please hit the follow button. Then you'll find out the next time we do a live. We're doing these every Thursday for the month of September at 4 o'clock Pacific time. The other thing I need to warn you guys about, just in case you're worried, is that it's very hot in California right now. We're having a heat wave, and we're currently under what they call a flex alert, which means that we could have a rolling blackout at any time between now and 10 o'clock.
And I got all the messages from PG&E telling us that.
So if we go away, we're not going to try to come back again. So we'll come back. We'll be back here next week. So
what's the first thing in our queue here?
So I don't.
Let's do it. We can show it at least. We can at least talk about it.
No.
Ooh.
Nope, that doesn't do anything.
That doesn't do any good.
That controls
I have
it
to
up
go
there.
press it. Oh, this is really going to be hard.
Well,
right.
So why don't we just unbox the cameras?
Okay.
We can talk a little bit about what we plan to talk about here.
Yep. So let me show you here. I'm going to change this over. This is really a very interesting situation. But we happen to pick up. See that now featured? I think that's featured. So that should be featured. I guess I get to move around a lot during this broadcast. So, we have in the carousel, we've got, I think, a Yuffie camera. We've got a couple of Wise cameras. And see, who else do we have? We had Yuffie, Wise, and TP Link, did we?
This is Kasa TP Link.
This is the TP Link. So here we go.
Yeah, since we're having some issues today, what we're going to do is we have two cool products to unbox. So we're going to go ahead and unbox them. And then next Thursday, we'll come back and do our...
Hopefully we'll have figured out the technical difficulties and we can do the full review.
We'll do the full review. So next Thursday, we'll go over all the things that you see in the carousel today. But for today, we're just going to go ahead and unbox some stuff.
Can they hear us?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
So if you have any questions, stop us, ask questions in the chat, and we'll just go from here. So this is a Kasa Spot Pan Tilt. This is one of their latest indoor cameras.
Yep. So let me see. I think I have a sheet on what's in it, but Here we go. All right, so let's open it.
This is it. So this is neat because this is a pan and tilt, and it gives you a 360-degree view. So this kind of camera is an indoor camera. It's really good for, you know, kind of monitoring a larger area. It also does some neat things like crying detection. I don't know what they call it.
It says crying detection. So one thing that's interesting about, because we've been reviewing the Kasa cameras, is the different things they do. It's not just person detection or package detection. Now it's other things like crying. So let's open it up.
Well, so you can use it as a baby monitor if you want to, or you can just use it to monitor your camera, or your camera. You can monitor your house or your apartment or whatever it is you want to do indoors.
All right.
All right, so here it is. So we've got some instructions to download the Kasa app. So that's pretty easy to do. This is a sticker. I don't know what that's for.
It says a sticker for different sizes. So it must be for mounting the camera. All right.
Right, here is a cable.
So good long cable. This is good. You got to have the cable to hook it up. All right, so what do we have? It's a USB-A to USB, micro USB. Micro USB. Okay, well.
All right, so there's a nice long cord if you need to hook it up. Now this requires power. It is not battery powered. All right, and there it is.
Cool. You know, what's really nice about this is that, so this thing will scan, you know, I think they call it patrol mode. And what we'll do is it'll automatically scan around the room. And then if it senses motion, it will actually lock onto that motion and follow the person or the object wherever the motion's happening. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. And this is like super lightweight, really.
Yeah, it's pretty light.
Nice.
Nice, little base.
That thing spins.
And it's got, does it have a base to hook it up?
It has a little base plate that comes to hook it up. There is that.
Okay, so this thing can hook in here. I don't know how well this is coming out here, but the, yeah, you just put this in here and you twist it and lock it in. I won't do it, but you basically mount this, and I think that's what this yellow thing is here. So this is for drilling the holes for the plate. All right, so you can hook it up to the wall or wherever you're putting it, and then you snap it on. So that's pretty nice, pretty well done.
And it's nice. It comes with a power adapter.
And even the screws, but the screws came out of the bag.
Well, I took them out of the bag.
Oh.
But, you know, this is nice because you could mount it upside down like this, you know, or you could put it on a table like this. So it's got a lot of flexibility depending on what you want to use it for.
You know, let's see. I wonder if I could hook it up. Well, you tell them. See, there's a bunch of features, you know. So it's a by the way, it's a 2K camera, right? Don't you love that 2K?
Oh, I thought it was oh yeah, it is
2K.
4 megapixel.
You know, it's funny, I was, when I was looking at the specs on this thing, it's like, all right, what's 2K mean? Does that mean it's like 4K? No, it means it's 2K. It means it's like not the same as 4K. So it's somewhere between 1080p and a 4K TV. I don't know. It's kind of funny how those things are.
It's a high resolution, which is good. You should be able to see things very clearly with this camera.
Can you give me the iPad?
Sure.
You gotta unplug it because unplug it.
No.
Let me tell you what, I'll take it off. So we've got these Lulu look, or whatever they're called, Lulu something stands, and they're really nice because you can hook your iPad to it.
All right. So if you're just joining us, we are winging it today. We're having some technical difficulties here in the AppMyHome studio. So we are going through an unboxing, a couple of the new cameras that we have to show you. And because we can't show you the apps and things like that we'd like to do, after we unbox the two cameras, we'll come back next week and we'll do our regularly scheduled inside camera showcase.
Yeah.
But if you're here, thank you so much for joining us. We'd appreciate it if you could follow us so you'll find out the next time we do a stream. We're planning to do streams every Thursday at 4 o'clock in September. So hope to see you again at one of those streams. And if you have any questions about what we're showing today, please go ahead and drop them in the chat. We are just going to show a couple of the products in our carousel today, but then we'll come back next week and go over everything else. So thank you so much for joining.
Okay, good.
Oh, I think Mark is actually going to hook this up.
Okay, well, I'm going to try. So I think the motion tracking is what's really cool, and so I'm hoping I can get this thing hooked up. I'll hook up a device, and it's a camera. Oh, it's trying to look.
Moving.
It's moving. It's moving. So enable location. Need your permission. All right, I'll give it the permission. I don't know why I just gave it permission. I probably should pay more attention. Okay, cameras, and this is the spot, pan, and tilt. So you just kind of follow along on the screen here. And next, and orange and green. Is it orange and green?
It is orange and green.
It blinks orange, so this thing blinks orange and green when you're setting it up, which is nice. And let's see. Oh, and I got to connect it to the network. So let's see. That's here. So, you also explained too how we use these smart plugs, by the way. Like we have a Kasa smart plug and how we use it so we don't have to have people looking in our house.
Well, yeah, so we have to say that it took us a long time before we had the confidence to install indoor cameras in our house. We've been doing this smart home gig for a long time, but we were always afraid that somebody was going to look at us. I don't know what they want to see, but and you always hear those horror stories about people hacking into the indoor cameras and screaming at you and stuff. So we're a little paranoid about that. So the way we get around it is that every time we have an indoor camera plugged into our house, we use a smart plug or a smart outlet, and we automate it so that the outlets actually don't turn on the cameras unless we've left the house. So we have a routine set up using that lady over there, who shall not be named, who starts with an A. We have a routine set up so that when we leave the house, the cameras turn on, and then when we get back home, we can ask her to turn the cameras off.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we can tell her, we can say, Alexa, turn inside cameras on, and she'll actually do it. She'll turn on we have both these kind of plugs as well as Z-Wave outlets that are controllable. So it's nice because the cameras only come on if we allow it, right?
Right. So that way we can be rest assured that it's really hard for someone to hack not only into the camera but into the plug. So they have to somehow hack in, turn on our plugs remotely, and then turn the camera on and be able to hack into the camera and find our address. So with that level of protection, we feel a lot more confident having indoor cameras in our house. We also have security on our router that protects all of our IoT devices, so that makes us feel more comfortable too.
So, of course, they have a firmware update. Okay, how many of you have gotten these smart devices and every time you load up the app, it's new firmware? I don't know why. I guess they don't want to have to do it at the factory.
Yeah, maybe, but that's okay. It's good to have the latest firmware. So if you're just joining us, we are having a little bit of technical difficulties today, but we are just going to unbox a couple of our new indoor cameras and share them with you. So right now we're sharing the Kasa Smart 2K security camera. This is a pan and tilt camera.
It's also known as the Kasa Spot. So,
excuse me.
So it's a little confusing in the marketing things. If you look on the Amazon page, you kind of say Kasa 2K camera and pan and tilt, and then if you scroll down into where all the details that Kasa provides, it'll say Kasa Spot.
Well, this actually says Kasa Smart 2K camera.
Oh, yeah, don't leave the smart out. And keep in mind, by the way, we can't show you here, but on our shop on Amazon, so if you go to amazon.com/shop/AppMyHome, that's like application my home, AppMyHome. You can bring up our shop there, and all the things we have listed here, we actually have an idea list with them all in there, so you can always go right there, as well as other idea lists that you can use. And also we have videos.
And we have videos. And you can find actually some videos on some other Kasa cameras there that we've just done recently.
So anybody else on?
It looks like we have some new people joining. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you're just joining us, we're Valerie and Mark, and we're at My Home. We do smart home tech reviews. So today we're unboxing a couple of new indoor cameras that we have, and right now we're doing the Kasa Smart 2K camera, a security camera. So this is an indoor pan and tilt camera, and Mark's just setting it up right now.
And the firmware has updated. See, this is how fast this stuff is, right? You've been going through that. And we're there. We're at the camera. It has a bunch of screens. Kind of tells you the things you can do. I know you probably can't see that, but we'll get started, and we'll enable person detection, just because there are probably persons in the room.
There are persons in the
And
room.
we're going to go to Kasa's spot and check it out. It's coming up. Let's see. Is it working? I'm not going to show you unless it really works. Because right now, there it goes. Confirm your first viewpoint. I don't know why this is. It's like, confirm your first viewpoint. I think it's for the scanning. So let's see. With viewpoints, you can quickly jump to any area of your camera view. And oh, there we go. We'll say that's fine. So sounds good. Okay. And activity zones. All right, well, we're going to make it a little bit bigger, I think. Let's see. Can you make it bigger? With activity zones, okay. Edit activity zone. So activity zone's kind of neat. You can add a zone to the app. And basically what it says is, hey, only if there's motion where you specify it. And you know, what you'll find with the indoor and frankly the outdoor cameras is a lot of times you might have trees that move around, or you might have something in the room that, you know, kind of moves, right? So you want to set up an activity zone that says only if the motion is seen in that zone do you want to notify that something happened, that there's a motion event, or look for a person or whatever. So I think that's kind of neat, because it really reduces the number of false alarms. Because one thing any of you that have smart homes know, you get too many notifications, and cameras are probably the biggest culprit.
Yeah,
right.
And especially an indoor camera, if you're not home, you want to know that notification is important, because it kind of freaks you out when you get a motion detection notification and you're not home.
So there it is. You see that? It's all set up. It's looking at our room here. Let's see if we can figure out how to make it move. Let's see. Is it moving?
No, it's moving.
So here we go. So I can make it move. See if I can do this. Everyone can sort of see it. So, see, we don't want to have them see the other side because there's all those empty boxes. Okay, so we're gonna be careful. All right, so there's a little thing here. You just move it. Oh, it's picking up the sound too. And you can just have it move the camera, and you see it's moving, and so does the image on here. So that's pretty neat, right? And you can go up and down. I forgot what the well, it'll do 360, right? It'll go both directions, 360 degrees, and it's got a pretty. What does it have? Did I write down the field of view on this thing? I don't know if I did. It doesn't really say. But bottom line is, you can rotate it all the way around.
Yeah,
so,
it can go all the way around.
So
you can keep track of a whole area. And it's also great, you know, if you're using it as a baby monitor, because it will follow the baby inside. Hopefully, it's not going to.
Well, hopefully it follows the baby, and the baby's only staying inside the little rectangle
called the crib, and hopefully the baby's not running away. But
yeah, so
it would give you a notification if that happens.
so the nice thing in this camera is that it does. You can put an SD card in here. Let's see where the slot is here. Where is it hiding it? Is there one in here? It says SD.
It does take an SD card.
I wonder where.
Well, you know, why don't you look at it?
Yeah, hold on. You know what I need to do? Oh, hit it on its head. Hopefully it's okay. I need to silence my iPad because it's going to make too much sound otherwise. Where is that? Let's see, right here. Good thing Valerie's here to keep me honest. So where does the SD card? We got to find that.
Well, it does take an SD card.
Yeah. Well, so where is it? I don't know. Suppose there's directions or something. So nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Is it right in the top? Oh, I bet you I know where it's at. Yep. It's hidden. So I've seen this happen before on other cameras. You have to kind of, these pan and tilts, you have to rotate them because the recording mechanism is in this head unit, right? I think this plastic body is just holding onto the eyeball. So you just put an SD card. It's I think 256 gigabyte SD card can go in there. I never put that much in there. I put 32 usually. And the nice thing about that is that means that you can record everything locally, and it still does person detection, pet detection, sound, and the whole bit. And so you can do everything local and not pay any subscription fees. But if you do like to pay subscriptions fees or use cloud services, they do offer that as well. And it's part of the Kasa. So if you're someone that's into Kasa, that's something you can get from, or not Kasa, but the Kasa. It's actually TP-Link Kasa, so also be aware of that because you may see the word TP-Link and Kasa.
Yep. So Kasa, they have 3 different Kasa care plans. The first, you know, the base level is free. But then they have one called Kasa Plus. It's $3 a month per camera, and then you can get the premium. That's great if you have a lot of cameras, because that's $10 a month.
Yeah, and what do we have? We have the Kasa doorbell and the Kasa outdoor camera. So that's two. If we just did reviews on those, they should be on that shopping page. And then we've got this one here. I don't think we have any more. I think that's all we have so far.
Yeah, but if you do that, then you get 30 days of video history stored in the cloud. You can share the videos, which is nice, especially if it's a baby camera. You can share it with your friends and family. And you also get activity notifications with snapshots. So what else is cool about this camera?
So here's I'm on the page. This is the page that tells you how to set it up, the motion detection. It says detect motion, detect person. You can set the sensitivity and the record motions at least for so many seconds, right? So that's at least, oh, I see. So you can say, hey, only if I see motion for like they have it set to 1 second, but I could say, hey, you know, the person's got to be walking around for 2 seconds. And that kind of helps reduce the number of false alarms. And then there's listen to sound. So I guess if you use it as a baby monitor, you can listen for sound. So that's pretty cool.
It also has two-way talk. So you can talk through the camera and the person can hear you and talk back. It has Starlight night vision, which is basically color night vision.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna turn on this patrol mode and we can see it go back and forth. Okay, you need another viewpoint. Add a viewpoint, I guess. I wonder how we do that. Let's see. Patrol mode, video motion tracking. We'll turn that on. All right, so this is pretty neat. And then patrol mode. Patrol mode, 2 viewpoints are required.
You can add live, it have to be in the live view screen.
Oh, okay. So on the live view screen. And so there, it's moving. It's moving. You think that's it? You think?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was.
It said plus. I don't know.
I think that turned on the sound. You might want to turn that off.
We turned it off. Yeah, we want that on. Well, too late now. The I don't know what that one does. Add a new viewpoint. Failed.
Well, it isn't. I was right. It is a viewpoint.
Yeah.
I think you have to move it first before you add another viewpoint.
So we'll put it in there. The other one's in. All right, so I've got it. I've got a couple of viewpoints in there now. So now let's go to see what happens when we say patrol mode. So viewpoint 2, every minute. All right, and let's see, is it doing it? Turn it on. Ooh, is it doing it? Let's see. All right, so let's see. Patrol mode is on. Video quality. Oh, see. Oh, the other thing I got to do on these cameras is don't forget to change the video quality to 2K. Because it comes in 720, and then you have to change the setting to 2K.
Yeah, and if you have really slow internet, you might want to keep it at 720p. That's enough.
So is it patrolling? Doesn't seem to be patrolling to me.
Well, you have to wait a whole minute.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, it did something.
Did it? Oh, that's cool. All right. So now with patrol mode, theoretically, I should be able to put some on my object here. I don't know. Let's see it. Probably doesn't think my hand is a person. It's probably the problem. Well, that's too bad. You know why? Because we're down. That's why. Oh,
it moved.
Look at that. It's following my hand.
No, it's working.
Hey, that's kind of cool. I guess my hand is a person. I guess it's part of me. Oh, and does it go up? It goes up. Because down here, you do the hand. I'll try to put this thing so we can see what's going on. If you guys can see that. Yeah, let's see. Does it know you? No. So it knows me. It's for my friend. See? It just found me. And hopefully it will follow me around. So this is kind of the weirdest thing we've ever done is showing how this motion stuff works.
That is pretty neat.
But it is pretty neat. It is pretty neat. All right.
Well, so that is the Yuffie Smart 2K security camera, or not, sorry, Kasa Smart 2K security camera from Kasa, from TP-Link, and I'm making it move around here. Sometimes it's also called the Kasa Spot, but here on Amazon, it's called the Kasa 2K security camera. and right now it's even on sale. So if you want to check that out, and please, if you really feel like buying the products that you see in the carousel today, it would be great if you could use our links and you get basically you get the product and there's no additional cost to you, but it helps us keep these live broadcasts on the air.
Okay.
All right, so
what else do we have in there? Oh, the other thing is too, I can't change the thing.
No, you can't change the carousel there. I have to get up and do it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to unbox our other new product. This is a brand new product from Yuffie. It's really cool, so we're excited to unbox it.
I'm going to leave him here. He can keep
Mark's
an eye on us.
going to clean up, and I'm going to go over and change the carousel on the phone.
That sounds cool. But this is the cool. This is really cool too. So let's see. This is from Yuffie. You know, it's funny when we do the unboxings, we got all this stuff here, and then we toss it all on the floor as we go along. But I guess today I'm not doing that. So let me see if I can put this in here. And but yeah, Yuffie sent us a new device that they announced at CES this year, and it finally came out this week, and it's available on Amazon now, as you can tell in the carousel. Did you switch it to this?
Yeah, I did. I switched it. So now we're going to unbox the new Yuffie Security Garage Control Cam Plus. So this is more than a camera, right?
This is more than a camera. This is actually kind of like a door lock, except it's your garage door lock.
It's pretty neat. So if you're just joining us, thanks for joining. We are having some technical difficulties, so we're going to postpone our complete indoor camera showcase to next Thursday, so I hope you'll join us then. But now we're unboxing a couple of really exciting new products. So we're going to move on now to the Yuffie Security Garage Control Cam Plus.
Nope. It's the Garage Control Plus, I think.
Garage Control Cam Plus.
So it says
according to Amazon.
It says it's a 2K plug-in Wi-Fi smart camera with one wireless sensor. Now that's important, right? So this will control 2 garage doors, but you have to buy the optional extra control. Is it up there? I think it's on the screen, right?
Yeah.
So you can buy an extra one if you happen to have 2 garage doors. We only have one, and that's it. So
this is more than a camera. This actually also controls your garage door.
Yeah, you know why this is here, don't you?
Why?
I wonder if it works with Amazon Key. We'll have to find out. But we may not find out today. We may find out when we do the full review.
So, all right.
Here we go. Open it up.
Well, why don't you open it?
I'll open it.
I've got this.
If you have the console to respond to people's questions.
And if you have any questions, please go ahead and drop them in the chat.
Okay, here we go. Oh, it comes off this way.
Yep, so this is brand new. I think it just started selling yesterday.
Yeah, something like that. A couple of days, I think a couple of days ago. So here we are. So this is it. That's what the box has in it. So this here, this is the door sensor.
That's
you know what it has on it, don't you?
Has a piece of plastic I get to take off.
Valerie loves taking the plastic off these things. And then you have the cool garage door controller, which has a bunch of cool terminals over here and a slot for a SD card, which is cool.
That's neat.
Really nice. And has some sort of button thing. I don't know what this is for. We'll find out, I guess. So here you go. More of those things.
So this has got a 2K camera built in. I get to take off these little plastic doohickeys.
So this is like hot off the press, this thing here.
Yeah.
So let's see. We got a bunch of things here. So I'm going to put that down here.
And so Yuffie makes really, really nice cameras, indoor and outdoor cameras. And this one is way more than a camera that'll actually control your garage door. And we have some other garage door controllers. And if you don't have one, this is something you want to check out. So if you've ever driven away from your house and you get to the end of the street, or maybe you get to on the freeway and you turn to your spouse or partner and say, "Did you close the garage door?"
No, I don't know, because we'll have to go home.
Yeah, so you might have to turn around and go home.
You know, we've done that like from half hour out. It's like, oh man.
So, you know, that can be kind of embarrassing. But with a smart garage door controller, you know that you close your garage door because you get a notification on your phone or your watch or whatever. And if you really don't know if it's closed, you can open up the app make sure it's closed, and close it there. So this is definitely something, if you have a garage door that is compatible with one of these controllers, you want to get one, believe me.
Hey, check this out. It comes with the micro SD card or
That's
whatever this thing's.
Teeny tiny.
It's a baby one. It's 32 gigabytes. Comes with the unit, which is really nice.
That's
so that,
cool.
I mean, I got to tell you, I can't imagine. You can't imagine how many of these little 32 2 gigabyte cards I bought. So let's see if it goes in here.
Oh, Steph is joining us. Hi, Steph. Thank you for joining us. If you're just started to watch, we're actually unboxing the new Yuffie Security Control Cam Plus, and we might look a little different if you've seen us before because we are having some technical difficulties. So thanks for bearing with us and joining us for today's live stream.
And I've installed the SD card, so micro SD card, so it's cool. It's all in there. Isn't that nice?
All right, yeah.
Anything else in here? Let's see, what else we got? Oh, screws. Well, this is interesting. That's nice, good. All right, imagine, and a battery. Uh-oh, that means something's not going to work without installing this battery. I'll bet you it goes in here. Yeah. What do you think? In here?
Probably goes in there.
I don't know, probably going to have to read directions or something.
But you know what's really nice, though, is that we've had these smart garage door openers for some time. We actually have two, because you have to have two. But one of the things that we did is that, like all technology, it's not always perfect. So we've gotten notifications before that the garage door's open, and we think, I don't think the garage door's open. And so we put a camera in the garage so that if we're really not sure if the garage door is open or closed, and the app isn't very clear, we can always pull up that camera and make sure that the garage door is closed. So we kind of had created our own version of this product by ourselves before. So this is really neat because this does both. So this also has a camera built in, so you really know the garage door is closed.
I think that's going to be pretty neat to have. Okay, so they give you a cable somewhere in here. And what else has it got? It's got human detection. Human detection. So I guess that's what Yuffie calls people detection.
Yeah, that's what Yuffie calls people detection. There's no monthly fee to use it. As Mark said, it can actually control 2 different garage doors if you have 2 garage doors.
You got to buy the extra one of these.
If you buy the extra sensor, and that's also in the carousel. It only works on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi only, which should not be an issue because even more modern routers now have both the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz band.
All right.
Let's see. So it works on sectional, roller, and tilt doors. And
actually, that's a big deal.
Is it?
Yeah, I think a lot of times these things don't work with sectional or tilt doors. I think a lot of the other ones you've seen only work on the roller doors, like the ones we have.
And it says it's generally compatible with doors built after 1993 with a safety sensor. But before you buy, I would definitely verify, especially if you have an older home, to make sure that your garage door opener is compatible with this unit.
And by the way, they do recommend, if you look at the site, it says make sure you check the compatibility first.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, you have to return it, and I don't think they like getting returned. So look at this. There's 2 sets of wires, so if we're doing 2 garages, I guess, to hook up the unit to this guy here. And if you look in the back, he's got 2 connectors here to put these in. And so one's for one garage door, the other one's for the other. So everything comes with it but that extra sensor. And then it comes with a USB cable. So it's USB-A to USB-C, which is nice. So that means you can plug this sucker in here. And
this requires continuous power to work, right?
Yeah, and there's a little button in the back. Who knows what it's for? We'll find out. And, it's really too bad you can't see this closer, but it's got the push buttons for putting in the wires. So if you want to mount the wire in here, you can press the push button and put the wire in. So no screwdriver needed, that's really actually kind of handy. So
yep, so that's great.
Oh, and this is the camera. So see.
It's the camera. So I guess what it says here, it gives you a real-time notification, an image, and a text when your door is open or closed. So you find out if it's open and closed, and you get a picture of it, just in case you're wondering.
So what do you think? Should we try installing it?
No. We don't have a garage up here.
Yeah, but we can pretend. We can sit there and go.
No.
Well, actually, probably like a because it's got to be hooked on the door.
So, I don't think we should try to install it today.
It comes with some metal clamps. I don't know what that goes for it. And this looks like a magnet thing. Is that a magnet thing or a sticky thing? It's probably a sticky tape. So give you sticky tape so you can hook this thing on. And
I was trying to see if we missed anything else here. Safety notifications. It works with voice control. Works with, you know,
with
thing.
with that lady. But what usually happens when you can do something, when you can say, "Hey Alexa, you know, do such and such," like opening the door.
She heard you.
Then she'll say, "What's your code?" And then you give her your voice code, and it opens the door. Closing usually doesn't require it. I suspect this is probably the same thing.
Yeah.
And then it does work over the internet, which means you should be able to do it from driving along in your car, right?
Yeah.
Well, don't use your phone if you're driving, but your companion.
And also works with Google Assistant. I'm just going to click here and see if I missed anything here. The really nice thing about Yuffie is that you know, you've got the SD card storage in here, and they don't require any cloud subscription. So that's kind of one of the things about Yuffie that's really interesting. No cloud subscription required for any of their cameras. So that's really nice.
There's the thing with the camera, and it mounts up on your garage door opener.
It's magnetized.
Oh, really?
Yes, for simple installation. So
it didn't stick to my iPad.
Well, that's good. Well, anyway.
Oh, there you go. Hold on, Fletch.
There's the magnet.
So there's your magnet. So, okay, we know the answer. You put this on. Okay, I'm not putting this down all the way because it'll be, I bet you I won't be able to get it out there again. But yeah, but basically it snaps on. So if you have this mounted up there, boom, it's there. It's not going really anywhere. Neat. That's pretty cool. So that's neat. That's neat. So that means these 3M sticky tapes go with this guy probably. And well, maybe this guy and this guy.
All right. Okay, what else is I'm seeing here? So another Yuffie product that we've used in the past, and it works with their some of their other cameras, is a product called Homebase. And it's kind of like a little cloud for your house. So this does not currently work with the Homebase, which is version 2. But according to the Amazon product description here, there will be a supported version in the future. So if you're a current Yuffie user and you want to add this to Homebase, can't do it right now, but hopefully they'll do that in the future.
Well, you know, it does have an SD card in it, so it's stored here. And, you know, if someone's going to come in the house, they're going to have to work at getting up there. Okay, I turned it on, and there's a little red ring here coming on. Now, if it's like other things, I think they have to provide a siren, so this looks like it's going to make noise.
Don't do that.
I won't do that. And I'm surprised. I wonder if there's a light, because a lot of times they want you to have a flashing light or sound. Maybe that's the difference. So we'll have to find out what that's all about. It's going to be fun to install this and get it checked out.
And it looks, so it comes in, I was just at the Amazon site, it comes in a version, you can buy a 1-door or a 2-door, so that will come with an extra sensor if you need it. And you can also buy an extra garage door sensor. So
now this doesn't work with HomeKit, does it?
No, it does not. But it does work with Google and Amazon Echo.
Well, look, see, I can add devices here. And
yep, you're not installing it.
It's right here. See? It says I can install it. You can give it a try. I don't know why not. What? It says Mark's Home. I'm going to say our home. That's interesting. Yeah, so basically it just tells you how to do it. And it tells you to plug it in and like to access the camera. So...
All right, I guess you're going to install it.
Oh, I see here. Scan. Where do you scan? Oh, okay, there's a QR code in the back. So I did the QR code, came right up. That was pretty cool, right? And then is it flashing red? It's flashing red. Here, why don't you show everyone this flashing red?
It was flashing red. I guess we are going to install it.
Well, you know, it's only 4:39. We got plenty of time. All right, is it flashing blue? Take a look. Is it flashing blue?
No.
Oh, man. It says it's supposed to be flashing blue. Hold the sync button at the bottom of the garage cam. Oh, well. There's a little button.
Have to follow the
See that button? You got to press that button. Until 2 seconds. So you hear a beep. It beeped. Okay. And it's flashing blue. Okay, this is cool. All right. This is so easy. It wants to use Bluetooth. This is a Bluetooth device.
If you're just joining us right now, we are unboxing the brand new Yuffie Security Garage Control Cam Plus. And this product just came out yesterday. So we're pretty excited to be checking it out, and Mark is trying to install it. Obviously, we're not going to put it in our garage door right now, but It is a combination of a camera and a garage door opener.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
See?
Please wait.
And it talks to you.
And it's talk. So Mark is installing it.
So people can see it. In case it does some cool thing or something.
Setup was successful.
I like that. You know, it's like I don't have to read. I can just see it.
She sounds kind of...
And where is it? It's in the garage. I'm not going to change the name. It says garage. So here we go. We're in the garage. Fail to name the device. It will take a default name. I'm going to retry. Garage. Come on. I want to change it. Let me change it. The first thing I'm doing wrong here. Uh-oh.
Why would you want to change it?
Well, because it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me do it. I think it's because I probably have something else called garage. See, it's thinking.
No, we're in trouble.
Well, we're in trouble. Oh, wait a minute. Micro SD card detected. Next. Test signal. Start the test. Oh, you know, I think it's going to be. Oh, this is okay. Garage control cam update available. Why am I surprised? So, here we go. Another update. So.
Yep, definitely. You know, a lot of products come from the factory. They need a firmware update. It's really not a big deal. We always recommend that you do them. There's no reason to skip them. You know, sometimes this has been in the warehouse for a little longer than.
No, because a lot of times they'll manufacture the hardware and then they'll get the firmware going correctly and then they'll finally release the product. Well, this thing says it's going to take 10 minutes to go ahead and install the firmware.
Yeah, so we're not doing
So I was thinking one thing, maybe we should do a quick preview of what we're going to show when we figure out why we can't stream to Amazon with our fancy setup.
Yep, so next Thursday, please join us and we will talk about the other things we're going to talk about today.
Like?
This is the Yuffie.
Yeah, get the name. I put the fancy names on here at the beginning here. So the other thing is trying to remember all the names of all the products.
This is the Yuffie Security Solo Indoor Cam C24.
Yeah, you should be able to see it good over
so
there.
This is
it's real lightweight. A little speaker in the back.
Lightweight, little tiny camera. It's got an SD card slot.
SD card on the side, which is really nice. And this is cool. Why? Because
this one also works with Apple HomeKit, which is neat. So we can't wait to show you that next week.
Yeah, what's really cool because you know I took a nice picture of the TV because one thing that's cool with the HomeKit is you can actually take the image coming from this and put it on your TV. So we have an Apple TV. And the Apple TV, we have, I think it's a 4K Apple TV. It's hooked up to our main TV, and you basically press the remote. It brings up the HomeKit, and the camera's there, so you can take a look. So like we point this out so just to let all you guys know, we point this out our front door, and we can see who's there. If the doorbell rings, we can bring it right up on the TV. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is pretty neat.
Now this is a 2K camera. However, Apple doesn't let them use the 2K, so if you do use it with HomeKit, you're only going to get a 1080p picture. So that's something
it still looks pretty nice.
It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. So it's not that far off.
Yeah, that's a limitation for the Apple HomeKit cameras right now.
Yeah. So that's the Yuffie camera. Okay, and then what else did we have? Let's see. What else is back here?
We've got some Wise cameras back here.
Okay, so this is
friends from Wise.
We have a Wise plug. So remember we talked about this idea that you can plug your cameras into a smart plug and then have, either through Amazon or other methods, have these turn on or off depending if you're home or not. And we want to show you the Wise one too, because if you're someone that uses the Wise system, it's probably better to get a plug that's compatible with Wise. All right, so the other one we have this is kind of like the other camera we showed you. This is the Wise Cam Pan?
Yes.
Version 2. So this is Wise Cam version 2. Okay? And it also does patrol mode. If I were to plug it in, this thing would go back and forth. And it does color night vision, which is really cool. So the way color night vision works in these things is that there's a little bit of light. It can't be in pitch black. If it's in pitch black, you use the IR lights, and it'll do a good job in black and white. But this one here is what's called, I think it's called the Starlight Sensor or something along those lines. And basically, it does color. So if we have like a light coming in from the side window or something like that, and this camera is pointing, it'll turn to color. It looks pretty good. We were going to show you that, but like I said, we've got a problem. All right, and it's cool, but it rotates around, and it rotates up and down, and it does do a patrol mode and does follow you wherever you're at. And by the way, day or night.
And that Wise Cam, both the Wise Cams, they work fine. They work pretty well on their own, but they really work better when you get their subscription, their Wise Cam Plus.
Yeah, because otherwise you can't do person detection.
Yeah, and you on an indoor camera, you want person detection.
Yeah. So again, another Wise camera. This one also has an SD card slot. What's nice about the version 3 model, which is this is the Wise Cam version 3, is that it is waterproof. I think it's like IP65 or whatever those numbers are. So you can put it outdoors, but we use it for indoor use. So, and it's pretty neat. They got a little stand. It swivels around, and so you can kind of make the adjustments.
Yep.
This is actually a difference from their Wise Cam V2, because in V2 this base actually pops off. It's magnetically hooked up. This one here is screwed down. So, but it's good picture, 1080p, right?
Yeah.
So it's not bad, and so it's nice.
Yeah.
And
also has color night vision.
Oh yeah, there's both these. I mean, if you look at the two cameras, they're pretty similar as far as the camera goes. The other one though has the pan and tilt in the patrol mode.
Yeah, that's a real difference.
All right, and so that's kind of that one. So that's the other one we're going to show you, and we'll show you how it works. We actually bring up the app, and with our fancy rig over here, we can show you the app and not have to look at just us all the time. Oh, update is successful.
Well, that was fast.
Yeah, well, they think they say 10 minutes because they want you to do it. Connecting a garage door opener can help you control it more. As you connect now? No.
No, we're not in the garage.
Okay, I'm not going to connect now. And then it gives you some directions on how to do it. And we're going to skip that for now. And then we say finish. And it says the camera is there. Would like to add to your photos. Well, I think we'll let it add to the photos. And it would like to use the microphone. So it asks all the permissions. And then look at, see? It's here. Let's see, we'll do it this way. Yeah. It's working.
It's upside down.
It's upside down. Well, because that gets mounted upside down. So that's pretty cool, huh? Can you guys see it? All right, so it's working. It's pretty cool.
It's working. That was pretty fast to set up.
Did it open the garage door?
No, well, we don't have it hooked up.
And if you look on the app, it's got garage door 1, garage door 2. And, you can get a little dizzy if you keep letting Valerie move the camera. And you can hold the speak. I wonder if I can speak. Let's see. Hey, can you hear me? Well, it comes in here now. It's all irritated. Oh, we're so much trouble now. Oh no. Oh no.
Never do that.
Oh, look, we're gonna go on forever. Okay, so I did it. But on the little thumbnail they have here, there's actually garage 1 and 2 in there as well, so I can add them on. But it's pretty neat. It's pretty good. I mean, it's 2K.
It's really great. It's 2 really cool smart home products in one: a smart garage door opener and a camera.
And look at this. It tells me the rate at which it's transmitting things, and it says I can click the alarm.
Don't do that. Absolutely not.
Why? I think because I'll be eating dinner out tonight if I click the alarm.
No, you'll be sleeping outside.
But you can bring up the events. Obviously, we don't have any events right now, and so it works just like the other camera. It looks to me. It has auto night vision turned on. I guess I could turn that off. And let's see, we'll go into the settings real quick. And it's got motion detection, door settings, video settings. Oh, video settings. What it says, streaming quality. Oh, it comes up in 2K, which is cool. And you can do continuous recording. And you can turn a watermark on, so you can watermark a camera. I used to turn off the watermarks because I didn't want to have the manufacturer's name on the cameras. And then when you start doing reviews, you realize, oh, I did 2 or 3 cameras at the same time, and I didn't put the watermark on. Which one's from which? So, I guess it has its purpose,
it
right?
Has its benefits for reviewers anyway.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, if you look at the smart home stuff, the big thing for us, for example, is we've got all sorts of different companies' stuff, right? So we got a Wise app, we got a Yuffie app, we got a Kasa app. And, it kind of gets confusing after a while. So having that is actually kind of handy.
And you might actually use different cameras for different purposes. We're crazy. We have a lot of different brands because we test them. But, sometimes you want a different camera for a different application. You either need something that runs on a battery, or you need something for, with a very specific use in mind.
You mean like a Yuffie dual camera security. So it's got two lenses on it. So what I want to mention is that when you kind of get into the camera things and you're thinking about what you want to get, a lot of times you can say, hey, I like the Wyze stuff. I can get the Wyze, and then you kind of get a whole bunch of products in the Wyze from anywhere from smart plugs to cameras to light bulbs. Yuffie, the same kind of thing. You can go in there, you get the garage thing, which is really cool. You can get doorbells, you can get outdoor cameras, whatever you want to have. And so if you look at, when you're looking at what you want to get, just take a look and say, hey, can I get everything I need from one company? Because then I can use one app. But if you don't, it's not that huge a deal. I mean, you can survive moving from app to app, right?
Yeah.
They'll all give you notifications.
Yes,
so that's
they will.
keep in mind. So yeah, that's pretty much.
I think that's it.
What did we miss? What did we miss? Let's see. Can you move the carousel with this thing?
No, I can't move the carousel with this thing. You can only
right
move
here.
it up there.
Right there. Slide it.
Well,
you can talk to it.
Okay.
So we showed you the plugs. We showed you the cameras. Apple TV. We didn't show that to you, but there's an Apple TV there because we use that as far as HomeKit. You need either an Apple TV, an iPad, or the mini HomePod or a HomePod to be able to control HomeKit in your home. So just keep that in mind. Anything else? I think that was pretty much it. But I'm excited. This is really exciting. This patrol mode capability with a camera here from Kasa is really cool, and it was so easy to set up, and so pretty nice stuff. I think it's pretty interesting what's out there.
Yeah. So we'll be back next Thursday, and we'll cover the indoor cameras in more depth. We'll show you their apps. We'll show you some sample clips and things like that. And, if you go to our storefront, there's a little link under the top that says View My Storefront. If you click on that link, which is also amazon.com/shop/AppMyHome, the link is in the chat. You will see our videos that we do on reviews as soon as they come up. And we're going to be reviewing the Yuffie, the Smart Garage Cam, and the Kasa 2K security camera. We're going to be reviewing those in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned, and you'll find a full review on those.
So now I can spend the next week installing this and installing the Kasa camera.
Well, you already installed them.
Well, it hooked up the app, but they're not like physically where we want them to be. So now we can. The question is, where am I going to put the patrol camera in the house?
I don't know.
Maybe I could put it in my office, and if someone comes in, I can keep track of them.
You.
It's just me. So,
I don't go in there.
All right. Well, this has been an interesting experience.
So thank you so much for joining and for bearing with us. We'll be back next Thursday to talk about all of the things you see in the carousel today. And
so hopefully we'll be using this microphone, but it will be out of camera view, except for when we're showing you the cameras running. And hopefully we then can show the
Mike
app.
in the shot.
Mike in the shot?
Yeah.
Mike in the shot. Yeah, we'll see what all happens. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for joining.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Any other questions before we go? Anything?
No.
Oh, no, we're good. Okay. I guess I gotta come over and press the off button. Oh. Bye, everybody.